I have just this shading color right now. I'm just going to window shade these tools right here and extend this shape. So I'm just drawing an elliptical shape. Okay, switch over to the selection tool and just go to Object Arrange, Send to Back, and it goes behind this part. And then I can go to the Gradient tool, and when I click on this part, this gradient shows up. And there's also a gradient tool that's listed over here. What this allows me to do is to take this part. This is the shape of the gradient, or at least the dark to light. Okay, I can rotate it around if I need to. I can move it across this way so it goes from this direction, a dark to a light value. Okay, if this is too dark inside the gradient editor, I can click on a midpoint of gray and just drag and drop this off of the screen on this editor, and now it becomes a lighter gray. Okay, and depending on how soft you want to make this shadow, I can still just use the editor just to help me with that piece. The direct selection tool allows me to grab just parts, just one point at a time, and adjust that shape if I need to. And so you can kind of see how this can be played out into there. So that's for the first one. The second one, if I zoom out, you can see the shapes. On this one, I'm just going to use the pen tool, and the cap locks turns the pen nib to an X or a plus. And I'm just going to click on this point and kind of match what they have. So I'm just going to go behind it. It's just going to be a little bit of a distance. I zoom in, take this one, and again, the Object Arrange has keystrokes, so I can use the Command and the bracket key, or just send it to the back right from there, which is the Shift key. And then when I take the Gradient tool, you'll see this same color bar come up. And here, I can actually modify the colors right on this piece, just swap them across, depending on how far I go. And then this part adjusts it, and I can also rotate it when I get to the end. So you just have to adjust that section to it. And you can also just click and drag and reset it. So that's pretty easy. So then zoom out again, take a look at the cone, and again I'll switch it over so that the lighting's on the correct side. Hit preview, click OK, and now when I take a look at the pen tool, just let it go back and connect right to here, and that gives me that gradient fill. So again, here's the same gradient. I can have the gradient tool just click and drag to get that shape. Even if I go outside the edge, it'll take it, and selecting it and just using the Command left bracket or Command Shift with the left bracket sends it behind it. So you can kind of see the overall shape. So it's just a matter, this allows me to interactively adjust it right on the screen, and it sets that up. Okay, this next one, again, if I have to modify the lighting on it, just backlight a couple of these on the preview, and click OK. And now this one, I'm going to use the pen tool and just click. This time when you click, I'm going to click and drag to make a curve, and go ahead and click that point to make it straight. And now I have this section here. And again, click on the gradient. Here's the gradient. I can just click and drag to get that shading, and just grab this circle to move it out. And again, to send it forward or backward, Command Shift minus sends it all the way to the back. And that builds that one. Okay, just zoom out a little bit to look at the reference file. Here it kind of has a square, the lighting from the top. So I'm just going to take the pen tool and just click, don't drag this time. And there's the shadow there. So just select it again, Command Shift left bracket puts it behind it. And again, the gradient tool is here, so I can adjust that piece right there. So you have a lot of options to it. The last one is just the kind of this donut piece, so that do a little couple of curves on this one. Take the pen tool, and this time when I click and drag, it'll turn it to a curve. So I just need enough to go behind it. And add that to it. So I have two of them, two parts of the shadow, so I just Shift key, select them both, and Command Shift bracket, and that puts them behind this part, and then I can edit it with the editing tool. So there you have it. So see if you can't